Hello, I'm Valerie McLennan. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. I hope you're well. This is my spiritual channel and I incorporate ways of life, share stories, share wisdom, make you laugh, sometimes burst into song. The only thing I'm not doing is dancing. You never know. I may just suddenly do a little tap dance, whatever. I may keep adding to my repertoire. Moving forward. Hope you're well. If you've listened to my previous podcasts, you would have heard I have mentioned the weather forecast in recent podcasts. If you're a new listener, can I ask you to revert back because this won't make any sense to you. Now, all I'm going to say is the skies are blue, the sun is making an appearance, and the forecast is for very, very, very warm today. Now, I will not repeat what I've said in previous podcasts. The intrigue, if you're a new listener, the intrigue may, entice you to revert back and listen to what I was saying about the weather. There is no end in sight. I heard the forecaster. I thought, he knows I'm watching. Waiting to hear cool breeze. Just say cool breeze. Say cool breeze just for Valerie. No. Not only did he say it'd be absolutely scorching, he added, I know, and he was looking through the TV screen into my face as he casually added, and there's no end in sight. Next week looks the same. I know. Now, if you're enjoying it, that's wonderful. I know. I just find it very, very warm. Anyway, I won't bore you with repetition. I am not one to repeat. You've just repeated saying not repetition. I know. That's the kind of person I am. Now, I want to give you a website. It's an agency website, not my own personal one, but I am on that website. Have you got a pen? Oh, here we go. Pens. Who has a pen? Who has the pens? Did you not buy one the last time? No. www.speakout.uk and put Valerie McLennan in the search bar. Now, you shouldn't even really need to write that. You should be able to remember, www.speakout.uk and put Valerie McLennan in the search bar. And you'll get some previous, just some previous biog regarding who I am, etc., etc. Now, as I said, it's a spiritual channel. The good news is that there are many, many people now more interested or, revisiting the spiritual path. I know, because I speak to many, 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 many people in my life. Thank goodness I was created with the ability to speak. Oh no, what would I do? I just speak all the time. I speak for a living. I know. Now, what I was going to say, what I am saying, I'm still in the middle of saying it, is people are I'm generalising, many people who have spoken to me and had said they had kind of moved away from any kind of form of spirituality. Some people call it like religion or faith. It depends what kind of label you give yourself. I just kind of call it spiritual. And, I don't really teach, as you can see or you can hear, I don't really teach any kind of fixed religion. I'm more focused on spiritual laws, what keeps you sane on this path through life, how I believe it works, etc. You've heard, if you've been following me a while, you'll know the kind of path that I'm on. And I personally believe that the world is needing a different approach. So many people have moved away from, as I said last week, a lot of the churches now. They've not got as many people. There are many of them, no, not all. Many of them are functioning with greatly reduced numbers. And if you intertwine that with the feeling the people I'm speaking to that are looking for something, so that, as I said last week, there's a disconnect. Now, the good news is that people are looking. Possibly, as I said, I started this channel a year past. Was it 2 years this October? Can't be 2 years this October. Goodness sake. I remember I started October, 2 years this October. I know, doesn't time fly? Now, when I decided to set this up at that time, it was for that reason. I felt that people were looking for something. Since the pandemic, that affected people in many, many ways. The isolation, then there's a financial crisis, and then there's a NHS, then there's a health, and then there was a lack of security for jobs, then there's a lack of security for pensions, and then there was a care home situation. People worried about putting people in care homes, putting themselves in care homes. So right across the board, any security that people had financially or emotionally was just stripped away. Now, what do I keep saying on this podcast? We're not on Earth. This is not supposed to be a materialistic world. You're not supposed to be here for me, 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 me. What can I get? What can I get? What can I get? Because the danger is it'll be stripped away and you're left with you. This is why you have got to make sure that your mind, your body, your spirit, mind, body, spirit are all working to the best of its ability. And you're the only one that can, do this for yourself. If you're allowing negativity to steal your health, that's, what can we do? What can we do? But I have said repeatedly that this is not a material world. No, I'm not going to sing this. I am not. The simple reason I'm not going to sing is because I don't know the words. I just recognise the title. You should thank goodness for that. But if you look seriously at spirituality, it ticks all the boxes for your mind. It's not a heavy, deep religion. Not the aspect I'm teaching, no. And it's not a judgmental aspect. It's offering you an anchor for your mind and to remind yourself that you've got more power over your own life than you probably realise. Because over the years, if challenges come along, situations come along, we tend to get depleted. And if your energy levels get depleted, you feel whether it's worthless, you don't have the inner fight. Maybe even if you stop and you listen, look at some aspects of your life today and think how you would have reacted 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Many people would have admitted to me over the years, if that happened to me 10 years ago, I would have reacted in a very different way. I would still have had the fire in the belly type of thing to kind of emotionally protect myself. I would have reacted. I'm not meaning in a nasty way. I'm just meaning that they would have the inner strength to kind of stand up for themselves emotionally. But they admit now that, the negativity in the world is coming at such a pace. They feel that it's constant. And someone did say to me not that long ago, I feel I would be battling it on a daily, hourly basis. This is well, Joy. Do you think because you're on a spiritual path, everyone's nice to you? Trust me, no. I wish, no. I can get as much negativity, probably more than you do. We all get this. Criticism, everything that you get in the world, anyone on a spiritual path gets probably even the same or more than. It's how you manage it. And you have to have a stubbornness, as I keep saying, like a core of steel. You've not to allow other people to steal your peace. You could not walk into a shop, no matter how much money you have in the bank or what career title you have or what badges on your pocket. You could not walk into a shop and say, could you please give me a box of inner peace? Oh, can you? Thank you very much. No, I know many people in this world, and I've told you, they've got more money than they'll ever spend on planet Earth. They will leave planet Earth with lots of money in the bank and they're not happy. Now, I'm not making that up. They've told me. They feel, and most of the drive that they had in their younger years was striving for money. Chase the money, chase the money, chase the money. And that's what kept them going when they were younger. The fire kept them going, the money. They're not happy because their life is not. How can your life just be fulfilled? Or how can you feel a sense of any kind of inner peace or any inner anything if that's all you're doing, if it's materialistic? Now, the reason that they're doing the materialistic is for people to look at you and go, oh, you look what they've got, that's great. Nobody cares at that level. When you leave this world, I've yet to meet someone who said, on their dying bed, my relation said, oh, thank goodness, I worked that little bit harder or I earned that little bit more money. It's not about that in the end. It's not about that in the beginning. People are forgetting why they're here. Now, without getting too deep in this, when I look at it, I did believe when I started this a couple of years ago, can't believe that's 2 years, I know. I'd been planning it for a long time, but a couple of years ago I realised the world and the people I was speaking to were struggling, I know, in a lot more ways than they ever had in there previously. The material, we're not supposed to be just focused on material wealth or just about me, my ego. What happens there, if you look in the universe is stripping you. People who had all that, it's been taken away. Many people who thought they had it all, it's been taken away. Their health could be taken away. The financials have been taken away. Look at people that you probably heard of, that you know of, who you assumed were there, and they're now dropped in your eyes if it's just a materialistic. That gets taken away to keep your focus on where you're supposed to be. Now, the good part, the positive part for me is, and the people I speak to in the world, etc., they are becoming more open to listening and to going along this path and realising it's not all about them. And they've realised, and I'm talking about people from all walks of life, whether it's business people or in the human world, just the world, human beings. We're all human beings, no matter what the badge title says. But people are realising There's something in this world now that's changing drastically. And it's as if the whole earth is shaking and saying, will you all please get a grip of yourselves and look at what's important? And this is what will keep happening in my mind. And this is why I started this 2 years ago. It's like it's what you probably heard the expression before. It's if something is trying to get your attention. In this case, we'll call it the universe. If the creator, the universe is trying to get your attention, first of all, it's like the pebble on the back of your shoulder, and you ignore it. And then it's a kind of a rock, and then the whole building will come down in your head. This is a kind of logical way that people realise, one way or another, we are going to have to waken up and get our attention is going to be drawn, put it that way. But it's where your mindset is at that time. If you're focusing all the time on me, my ego, fill my ego, whatever, now, the day will come when that's taken away. One way or another, it's got to come, either at the end of our life, wherever we are, we can no longer work, we can no longer do this, and you are left with you. It's the you that you're supposed to be working on your personal, in my opinion, on your journey from the day we come in to the day we leave. We should be able to look back and see a difference in our character, in our inner belief. The point I'm trying to make in this, where the stubbornness part comes in, is some people can look at you in this path and think really stubborn, focused. No, you have to be. You have to be. If it means closing doors, walking away, you have to do that. You won't be answerable for your friends, your family, your work colleagues at the end of time. It's only you, not in a judgmental way, but just to see how far you've come, how far you've grown. You don't want to be on your deathbed thinking how many people that you allowed to steal your peace, to annoy you, to pick at you, to only ever speak negative thoughts towards you or about you, whatever it is. You cannot do one thing about how other people treat you. What you can do is do something about how you react. And if you react now in a different way and you just say no more and walk away, even if it does look selfish, you're on earth for yourself. You're supposed to be personal growth. People who care about you, people who have your interest at heart, don't treat you that way. People will not just pick at you and throw negativity your way. People are on earth who are supposed to build you up, encourage you, kind of try and boost your self-worth. If you're in a situation where it's continually the opposite way and people are dragging you down, pulling you down for whatever's going on in themselves, you can't do anything about that. If it's wherever it is in your circle or in your workplace, you've no control at all over how another person treats you or reacts. You have 100% control in how you react to them. If you just treat it like an invisible wall and that their words are bouncing off this invisible wall that's beside you, the minute you accept their words as truth, their words come in, you let it absorb into your being, and the tragic thing is you become that person. Because if somebody's continually throwing negativity to you and you believe them, you start to act in that way because your thoughts in your mind have accepted it, absorbed it, and you start to act on that belief. You have got to kind of imagine there's an invisible wall. So if people are just continually just wanting just to throw negative, there's no kindness, there's no love, there's no nothing, you have just to block that off. Because I know many people who have spent years of their life trying to work out situations, impossible. And if you are on this path and you realise that you're actually only got a limited time, we don't know, you nor I nor whoever know when we're leaving Earth. What if it's today? What if it's today and you're wasting today with all this nonsense? You've got to focus on yourself. The positive thing, as I said, is there are so many people now open to looking at a new path. They realise the old kind of way of looking at spirituality, etc. It's maybe been restraining them. It's not working for them. As I said, there's a disconnect. People are looking for something fresh, which is good. Whatever way you look at it, we're here. And as I said, I use humour in this as well, because if we can't laugh, we're in a sorry state. If I couldn't laugh at this heat stroke that I've got every day since when? March. I've got heat. Do you know this? I have not had a heat spot or a spot on my face since I was a child. And to be quite honest, I don't think I even had a spot. I don't think I even went through that stage where I had spots on my face as a child. I've got 3 heat spots on my face with the heat of the sun melting my face. I know. I was going, for goodness sake, 3 big, and do you notice if you get a heat spot, The universe won't place it somewhere discreet where nobody knows. No, it's usually somewhere very prominent on your face. Anyway, that is a visible effect, a visible sign of what I've been saying. The heat is incredible. Do you know what it is? It's not the heat, it's the humidity. I looked at my phone the other day, and over recent days up until now, it's been constantly for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, like 78 humidity, 82, 94, 96. It's the humidity, not the sun and the blue sky. It's the humidity. I know, it's very, very hot. Now, I wanted to leave you with that thought. Check out that website and open your eyes. Please forget the materialistic. Look at what you're doing for yourself. Have you grown in the last number of years? Or are you still stuck in Wallow City? Well, if you want to invite me to Wallow City, you may invite, but can I just, at this point, decline your offer? Thanking you. Look after each other. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.